Today I will be doing the Prairie math sleep, round number 121. The answer is always even, by the way. So just for example, if your two-digit number is 15 to 5, and this is an even number, and if it says 15, it's 25 squared, then that's 625. And that's still even. So I will show you why this is the case. It is not sometimes odd, sometimes even. It is always even. Just pick a random two-digit number. If it ends with a 1, then it's not going to end with a 5, because this number doesn't have a factor of 5. So if you square this number, you also won't have a factor of 5. And you know this number doesn't have a factor of 5 because for a number with a factor of 5, have to end with either 0 or 5. So if this is 1, it doesn't have a factor of 5, so there would be no way it end with a 5. And if this is, for example, 2, it still wouldn't end with a 5. So now you're left with this number. And the thing is, it doesn't matter what this number is. You will always get an even number here. There's two ways of doing this. So let's say this number is x here. Then this number here will always be x times x plus 1. Actually, this two-digit number here will always be x times x plus 1. That's a trick, and this is always 2. That's like one way to like calculate the squares of something that n was a 5. But I'll show you how you can get this. So let's say you have x5 is your number. Then that's equal to 10x plus 5. And if you were to square this, then you will get 100 x squared plus 25 plus 100x. So you will get x squared plus x. And notice this is always times 100 plus 25. So this number is not going to affect your last two digits, because the last two digits 25, because 100 will only affect numbers higher than 100. So all you need to know is to determine if this is an even number. And x squared plus x is equal to 1 plus x times x. And if this is an even number, then the entire thing is an even number. But the thing is, if this is not an even number, even this is odd, then this must be even. If 1 plus x is odd, then x is even. And if this is an even number, this whole thing is an even number. So you know that this is definitely an even number. And if this is an even number, this digit is an even number. So that's how you can know that's an even number. But anyways, it is always an even number. Thing is x, then this entire thing is also x. So what you do is you just substitute this thing as x, and then get x is equal to 2 times square root of 3 times square root of x, and then you solve for x like that. So I won't solve it now, but you can figure that out on your own. For question 6, you have the question is basically saying you have this function, and what is this? Okay, so to get the answer of this question, we must first figure out. Yeah, I'll write the function out. And so it's saying x minus 1 divided by Oh, wait, no. It's saying x divided by x minus 1 is equal to 1 over x. So that's your function. So what you can do is you can rewrite the function to this. So you want to figure out what exactly is f of x. So you see, if you reciprocate this and then subtract 1, if you just first reciprocate this, then you'll get x minus 1 over x, which is equal to 1 minus 1 over x. So if you just subtract 1 on top of that, you're left with only negative 1 over x. And then if you take the negative of this, you will get you will get this 1 over x here. So just to check the work, just to check your work, if you plug in x over x minus 1 into the x over here, then you will get negative 1 over x minus 1 minus 1. And then this is equal to this is equal to, so you're plugging in this for x. So this should be equal to 1 over x. And this actually is 1 over x, because this thing becomes x minus 1 over x. Okay, you're taking the negative of this entire thing. This becomes 1 x minus 1 over x, and then minus 1. That is equal to negative 1 over x. So that's equal to 1 over x. So this thing is true because we just tested it. So what you want to do here is you want to substitute in secant square. So, and then you want to evaluate it. You want to evaluate it again. So the question is secant square. So 1 over, so f of secant square is secant square t. That is equal to negative 1 over secant square t minus 1. And this is equal to, you just have to evaluate this. So secant square is 1 over cosine square. Wait, no, that's 1 over cosine, 1 over cosine square. Because you have secant square on the denominator. So this is secant square, and 1 over secant square. This should be t. It's just cosine square. And if you minus 1 from that, you will get sine square. Because cosine square plus negative sine square, because cosine square plus sine square is equal to 1. So this 1 becomes cosine square. Become minus cosine square minus sine square. So you will be left, so these two cancel out, and you'll be left with negative sine square. Okay, so the negative sine square is sine square. So the answer is sine square.